Hello and welcome to the lesson. Today we're going to learn how to create selectors targeting elements based on their attributes' values. Here you can see a page with a couple of A elements. Some A elements serve as so-called anchors when the href attribute is missing. Anchors only have the name attribute and do not react to being clicked on. Other A elements contain the href attribute and link to a particular place on the page. I'd like to display all href containing A elements in red. Because I'd like to avoid overusing classes, I'll use the so-called attribute selector. I'll start by specifying the A element selector followed by brackets. Between the brackets, I'll type the name of the desired attribute, which in our case is href. Now all I need to do is add two curly brackets and type the CSS code for changing the text color to red. After refreshing the page, we see that all A elements containing an href attribute are displayed in red. Let's look at another example in a new document. Notice the 6 photographs embedded by the img elements. The alternative description attributes always give the name of the town in which the photography was taken. Now I'd like to draw a green border around all of the photos taken in London. Rather than going through the lengthy process of assigning class names, I can make use of the attribute selector again. Inside the style element, I'll first write the name of the element we're working with, that is, img. Next, I'll add square brackets and type the alt attribute inside them. Now the selector will target all img elements that contain the alt attribute. To narrow the selection down, I'll add the equals sign followed by quotation marks. I'll insert the value London between the quotation marks. The selector in this form will only target those img elements that have the alt attribute set to London. Finally, I'll add curly brackets and the CSS code for drawing the green border. After refreshing the page, we can see that pictures from London now have a green border around them. I'll now use my keyboard shortcut to replace the 3 img elements with different ones. Notice that the alt attributes now have different values. After refreshing the page, we can also see that the green border around the photos has disappeared. However, we'll now demonstrate another type of selector, which we'll use to get the border back. I'll make use of the fact that each of the src attributes contains the word London in it. Let's create the particular selector. As always, I'll start by typing the element's name and adding square brackets. Then I'll supply the src attribute followed by the star symbol, the equal sign, and quotation marks. In between the quotation marks, I'll add the string that can be found in all of the 3 attributes. In our case, it's the word London. Finally, I'll type the code for creating the border and refresh the page. As we can see, pictures of London have green borders again. The other pictures have remained unchanged. That is the way we create attribute selectors. I look forward to seeing you at the next lesson.